A warm welcome to SharePoint Basics, a part of my TechBoss program. Now, why be your own boss with tech? Now, these topics are selected based on many of my past actual paid trainings with corporates or individuals or groups. And I'm planning to cover over 100 technologies and not just SharePoint because technology is evolving. The fundamentals are the same. You can be secure in the tech industry if you know certain technologies. And SharePoint is a cloud technology, and this is a SharePoint channel. So hence, I'm just beginning with SharePoint. But for your own security, I will be covering many technologies so that you also are secure and many tech is needed to save the world and run many business. So let's get started with SharePoint End User. Now, I'm just sharing one testimonial. I think I've covered many SharePoint end user training alone, and I'm just sharing one of the testimonials. The students have mentioned, they said, thank you for creating an environment of enthusiasm for learning, appreciation for growing, and room for making mistakes along the way. I'm grateful to have you as a guide leading by example. Thank you so much, Nishwari. So I'm definitely going to cover um, some of the most important things that I've covered in many of the professional trainings. And stay till the end. I'll be giving you options where you can interact with me and practice on my SharePoint site if need. So let's get started with SharePoint Basics. Now, what is SharePoint? SharePoint is a single secure point to store, share, and search data. It's a wonderful platform from Microsoft providing lots of services with very less efforts. For example, you can create a site with just few clicks. For my own business, I'm trying to create my own apps and all. It will take a lot of planning. It takes sometimes 6 months minimum. But with SharePoint, in a single click, you can create a website. But this is mostly for intranet or employees within an organization as of now. And you can organize data. For example, you have OneDrive now, which is nothing but a secure SharePoint document library. You can organize data in list or libraries, and you can even kind of do Facebooking with Yammer. And actually, for intranets, that is for organizations, search is better than Google in SharePoint. And workflow. So now you have Power Automator or Flow, which can help you to automate many things. And you have Power Apps. It's just rich with so much of features. When I usually compare SharePoint to an ocean, there's just so much, and it goes on and on and on. There's so much to speak about in SharePoint alone. And it's evolving. It's a very intelligent platform. Now, why SharePoint? Because I think there are millions of users, and of course, you are using it, I'm sure, or you are planning to use it. And as a business owner, as a small business owner, SharePoint has really helped me. And in the future, I'm hoping that if you do your own business, you can actually use SharePoint itself. And search is very good. And you might need SharePoint for your own business or personal use in the future. And it's very fun to use SharePoint. So one thing guaranteed, I got so much joy with SharePoint. There's always something new to learn. So if you like to explore something and feel if you're adventurous, then SharePoint is a wonderful technology for you. Now coming to the history. Now it's over 15 years. Jeff Teeper is the creator of SharePoint, and you can even actually connect with him even now in Twitter or LinkedIn. It was started with the 2001 SharePoint portal server, then portal server 2003, then MOS 2007, SharePoint 2010, and SharePoint 2013, and you have 2019 and online. So now it's all online. So previously we had mix of both on-premise and online. On-premise means the servers are in your control. Online means that now the Microsoft is going to own the server. So if you don't have to worry about maintaining the servers and all, you can just go for the cloud version. So even now, I think I have worked with big organizations where I analyze they have MOS sites even now, and MOS was pretty good, and they're migrating from 2010 to online. So coming to the UI, so if you're interested to look at the old versions of SharePoint, so beginning note was like a team foundation server. It was like this: have a nice search and few batches on the page, showing the categories, the news, and announcements. And so then we have the SharePoint 2003, which the UI was like this, little more evolved, which was closer to MOS 2007, which is where you have the we have the Ajax, and it's you have the links on the left and the top, and the content in the center. It's pretty clean. And then we had 2010, the UI looked like this, and now 2013, 2019, or the online versions look like this. This is called the classic page, okay, the old version, which I pretty much like, where you can actually add and drop the web paths or the path, uh, the pages, and you can drag and drop the items on the page what you want. And this is like the communication page, the latest one, which is little which is also good, but based on your needs, you can choose. So what I've observed is that the older audience like the classic version. I and the and Some organizations, they are almost forced to without knowledge they use the page. So you have to do a lot of research and find out what your organization or the audience needs and just choose it. And I would say just stick to the sometimes base, keep it simple. So I focus on simple, long lasting solutions. So keep it very simple so that you get the problem solved. And the solutions to the problem should not create problems. So you have to keep that in mind. So coming to the app paths, see, SharePoint pages, they have a lot of app paths. So you can drag and drop items on the page in SharePoint. So it can be news, or it can be simple text, or you can add images or videos, or you can drag and drop dashboards like charts or Power BI, and maps and videos, and you can add links. So these are some of the app paths. So I'm just sharing a simple page. This is an old wiki page or the classic page, but this is good standard. Okay, so you can have a button at the right asking them to register. Then you can show the list of items, and this is more than enough for any small app. So people generally have their idea. They can easily convert their idea to an app using SharePoint subsite or web page. So this is a simple page which I recommend, where you should have an image, and on the right you can ask them to add an item. So it can be Power Apps or simple list. Keep it simple. Simple list is enough, and remove the unnecessary things. So many times the quick link on the quick launch on the left is removed, so that's not needed. So when you want to create an app, it should be very simple. Have an image and just the register button and items that are displayed. So just have 3 or 4 items on the home page, and rest is history. Now coming to the new page. So this is a modern page where when you click the images, you can actually see that it shows a lightbox effect. See, long ago, no, I used to write custom code using lightbox API to actually, when I click the image, it launches as a nice image. So that is all taken care of in the modern pages, which is very good. The images are showing in a nice way. So coming to the list. So list is the foundation of SharePoint. So every data table, you think of Excel table. So similar to that, SharePoint list is the foundation. So when you just store some data, it is called SharePoint list. When you store files, it's called document library. You can store Word, Excel, PowerPoint. You have media and site assets. It's a special library where you can store the code if needed. You can store the pictures in the picture library, and the pages are stored in the site pages library. So we'll just look at a small demo. So here I'm going to showcase some of the works of my students, past students. So they were from corporates like Mindtree, or they were individual professionals coming in a group, or sometimes individuals. And so let's just look at Mamta's page. So if you come for a workshop, you'll be able to play around in your own subsite. And so you see, she started, they were interacting with me, and I was interacting with them. They were creating their own calendar. And so you can create, see, this is a special list where you can actually add or add events. So this calendar is something which is commonly used in many organizations, and very useful. So this is a special type of list. Now, if you want to add a page or add an app, let's say we want to add an app. So you can add an app. These are sometimes custom apps. And right now, you can search for apps right from your organization, or you can find the apps from global SharePoint store. So these are called apps. Now I'm going to look at something called simple list. Okay, so I'm going to go to the site contents. We are going to look at the list itself because list is very important. I'm just going to create new list and I just say blank list because many times we just have to create our own list. You should have your own database ready, and so let's say a simple fruits list, and we have a simple fruits list created, and we can add multiple columns based on your business need. So you have multiple columns like single line of text, multiple line of text, location, and there's so content type and so many things. So let's say we have a choice column, let's say color, and we can choose the color like blue or red or orange. So this is very powerful. And so now two columns are created, and once the column is created, now if I want to add a new item, they just have to click this. Let's say we add apple, and I'm just going to select red, and if you want to add attachments, you can add. So this is a simple list. Keep things simple. This is more than enough. Don't complicate things. Fundamental in SharePoint is list, and we have options to actually create a view. So view is very important. So let's say you want to group view. So we have to group the items. So I'm sharing a simple secret where don't create folders, okay, in SharePoint unnecessarily. If you want to create a group, we just have to create a simple view, and we are going to group it by, let's say we want to do some grouping. You have options to filter where you can show a certain item, or we'll say we are just going to now group by the column color, and I'm just going to click save. So I'm not going to the depth here, but for now just understand how to create a list and see now the color red is up. Now if I add a new item, let's say mango, and the color is, let's say, orange because yellow is there, and see now the group has come. So in the real world many times this was more than enough. Another application was frequently asked questions, where we have different questions, and they just expand the question and they can see it. So there are a lot of out of box features. So you go to the list settings and you should be able to see the features are so much that you don't really have to code anything. So in SharePoint, never go for any customization unnecessarily. Hence, this is called SharePoint End User. Okay. So there's a beautiful FAQ page. So let me look at the FAQ page and see. Okay. Wow. So this is an app, I think. So look at this nice app. So this is an app in SharePoint. So one of my students has created. So let's create a new FAQ, and so they have created a new app in SharePoint itself, and this is pretty good, very nice. So you can contact the developer, and okay, so very nice. You can create your own app also, and we can install the app from the App Store. So this is a hosted app, and it's valid even now. And so now recently we have the SharePoint framework apps, and more recent is Microsoft Graph apps, which I really like. So let's move on to another student, Sri Lakshmi from Australia. And so this is called document library. Okay, so document library, again, you can create documents, you can create folders, and you can upload the documents. So here I have uploaded few documents. If you want to create a new folder, you create new folder and then upload new documents. So, and look at the pages. So the pages that you see in the home page are, so this is, let's see the sample page done by the student. So this is a modern page where the page name looks like this, and people are allowed to like or comment or save for later, and they're all allowed to comment so that people can interact with each other. And let's look at this is a modern page. Let's look at a classic page. This is a classic page, wiki page, where it's more text oriented, and if you want to edit the page, you can edit the page and you can insert the web paths, or you can insert audio, video. You have to put the cursor here, and you can insert picture or table, or this is pretty fantastic. Okay, so let me go back and look. This is for editing a old classic page. Now let's look at a modern page again. So let's look at the modern page, and And let's see how to edit this page. So here you can add many app paths. Again, so let's look at this. So you can add hero, you can add images, you can get image gallery, you can add links. So, and you can add a YouTube video, you can add the list. So if there are any list, you can add the list, and you can select the list and see if I select this list, we can add this list. So this is it. We have created a new document library, looked at list. So we saw a lot of demo on simple basic list and library. So coming to the future. So in future, SharePoint is going to be mobile friendly. It's going to be very intelligent. A lot of AI features are going to be added and more better decision making. And why SharePoint and why not SharePoint? See, why SharePoint? It's very easy to store, share, and search data. So, as a business owner, see, I when I am a business owner, I choose SharePoint because I love to store data, and it's easy to search and organize well. And I especially love Microsoft Teams of Office 365, where I can connect with clients and also conduct any trainings or meetings. And for both consulting and coaching, near Office 365 and SharePoint has been very useful. And why not SharePoint? Because uh, why not SharePoint only for business when I'm doing apps? So, for example, I'm planning to release Learn Tech in 21 days. So, for that, I actually prefer PHP for external users. See, right now, SharePoint is more for uh, intranet, and for each user, I think the charge is $10 per user. So so I have to find clients who pay minimum $10 to $20, and so it becomes so it might be little expensive, or they might uh, if it becomes a little more budget friendly, it might see for each user the expense is little more. And and I have personally chosen PHP actually for developing fantastic apps over SharePoint, because of course I can store the data in SharePoint and it takes a long time to develop. So all these simple integration like payment integration, all those things are not yet into SharePoint. And that's the reason I've not chosen SharePoint for my business yet. And I chose simple PHP or other programming languages. But SharePoint is really awesome. There are tons of features, but when it comes to business, there are many basic features needed like membership and many things needed, and those things are currently missing, but in the future I'm sure it will be available. So thank you so much, and you have listened to SharePoint so far, so you are an awesome SharePointer. And if you are a member of my channel in SharePoint, of course I'll be expanding to more technologies, but thank you so much for all your support in this channel, and you will definitely get the benefits for the support you have given me in this channel. And you can one of the free groups, you can join my groups, tech circle group from tango.com/groups, and you can network with others. I'm posting opportunities in technology and in different groups daily, and you can join those groups. Or if you are wanting to be a beta tester, and you just if you like this video, just comment in the comment if you like it, and I'll send a coupon code so that you can get free access to my paid program, especially for the topic of, for example, if this is SharePoint End User program, I'm having a particular paid program that you can get that for free in exchange for testimonial or in exchange for the assignments. You have to do the assignments. That's the only concern. And you should probably have your own SharePoint server. But if you want to have 1 hour crash course where you can, like the previous students, you can actually work on my playground, and I'll be mentoring you, and I'll be supporting if you get stuck somewhere. So 1 hour crash course where I'm forcing you to learn. So where there's no excuse, and you can learn live. You're just not watching, see, YouTube, where you just watch the videos and go, but I'll be helping. So I have helped probably hundreds to thousands, and when they actually do, the results are way better. And of course there are self-learning videos which are available instantly. You can go to tango.com/spvideos. Specifically for SharePoint programs, you can be admin and user. A lot of videos are there, you can get that. So thank you so much. Wish you grand success. Take care. Bye bye.